Hi everyone, welcome to Data Labs and I'm your host and host Madhur. Today in this video I shall start SQL tutorials. In these tutorials I will show you how to create, alter and drop a database. We will also create, alter and drop tables followed by adding, updating and deleting the data from the tables. I will be using Microsoft SQL Server for this tutorial. And if you are new to SQL, please go through my video about introduction to rdbms and SQL basics. The link for both is there in the description below. Let's start the tutorial. First, we will open SQL Server Management Studio, SSMS. Let's connect to localhost. The localhost SQL Server opens, and if you see everything is empty in the databases, there is no database created as of now. We can create a new database by right clicking on the databases over here and clicking on new database. But we will create a database by writing some queries. Let's start writing a query by clicking on this new query button or by pressing Ctrl N. We will write the query to create a database. The syntax for the query is create and then the object which you want to create, database, and the name of the object. Let's create a database by the name demo. You can execute any query by clicking on this execute button or by pressing F5. The command completed successfully. Now you can go to the databases, refresh them, and then you can see the demo database over here. Now that we have created the database demo, we will alter it. We will just rename the database name from demo to data labs demo. To alter any database, we have the alter query. The syntax for the alter query is alter database followed by the name of DB and then the modification we want to do. So here modify name and equal to the new name. Let's alter the database name. Name of the DB is demo and the new name is data labs demo. Now if I execute these queries as is, it will firstly try to create the database demo which is already existing, so it will throw an error. Either I can comment the create database demo query by putting two hyphens, or I can just select this query individually and execute it. The database name data labs demo has been set. Now let's go to the databases, refresh it. Okay, the new name have been set over here. Now let's drop this database. Syntax to drop the database is again drop database, then the name of the DB. So again it will be drop database and data labs demo as the name have been changed. This is the database name now. Let me drop it by clicking on execute. Okay, the database have been dropped. Let's go to the databases, refresh it. Okay, there is no database existing now and it have been dropped. I hope now you can create, alter and drop a database. Now let's create a table and do some operations on it. Now to create a table, I will open a new query. Before creating a new table, I will have to recreate the database which we dropped previously. Else, the tables will be created in the default master database provided by Microsoft SQL Server. So let's recreate the database by create database. Okay, the database is created. Now still if you see over here, the database selected is master. So to use the database data labs demo, we will have to fire the query use data labs demo. We execute it. Now if you see over here, the database selected is data labs demo. Now let's create a table. Create table syntax is create table followed by the table name, and then we need to specify the column names that will be there in the table. Specify the column names in the parentheses. Firstly, we specify the name of the column followed by the data type. Then we specify if any constraint needs to be applied. And we can create as many columns as we want by separating them with commas. Now let's create a table student with 3 columns: student name, course and marks. Create table student and student name. The data type for the student name would be varchar with the size 20. Second column is course, again varchar size 10. Third column would be marks, which would be integer. Now I select this query, I execute it, the command completed successfully. Now if I go into this data labs demo, I refresh it, in the tables I can find this new table existing. If I expand this a bit more, I can go to the columns and see the column list over here. I can also go into the constraints and see if any constraints have been applied or any keys have been created, but they are empty as of now. Now, as the table have been created, we can alter it as well. The syntax for the alter query is alter table followed by the name of table, then the operation that we want to apply: add, modify or drop. Now let's alter the table by adding a new column: date of birth. We will alter table student and then add, then followed by the column name, date of birth, and then the data type. So we specify the data type as, let's specify as varchar for now, varchar 20, and then the constraint, if any. We will not specify any constraint as of now, so let's alter the table as is. Okay, the command succeeded successfully. Let's refresh this once again. Let's go to the columns. Now there are 4 columns in the table student. We can also add more than one columns in an alter table statement by separating the column names by comma, like over here. Now let's alter a column by changing the data type. We will change the data type of date of birth from varchar 20 to date time. To make this change, we will have to alter table student, and then we specify alter column, the date of birth, and then the new data type, date time. Let's alter this, execute. Let's refresh the student table. Let's see the columns. Now the data type of the column date of birth is date time. As you would observe, the alter command have a keyword column attached over here, which is not present in the add command. Alter and the drop command always has the keyword column attached to it, which specifies that what needs to be altered or dropped from within a table. We can also alter or drop the constraints or some other elements of the tables as well. Now let's alter the table by dropping the column date of birth. And to do that, we will have to write the command alter table student drop column date of birth. That's it. We don't need to specify the data type over here. Only the name of the column is required. We execute the command. Command completed successfully. Let's go to the table columns and refresh them. Okay, the column date of birth have been deleted now. This is how we alter the table. Now let's drop a table by drop table command. Drop table command is very similar to the drop database command. It's just drop table and then the table name. Let's drop the table, drop table, student, execute, and this drops the table student. Let's go to the data labs demo, refresh the database. Let's go through the tables. Okay, the table is not available here now. I hope the DDL commands on the table should be clear to you now. We have created, altered, and dropped the tables. Next, let's add some data to the table, modify it, delete it, and also view the data for us. Let's open a new query. Let's recreate the table students, which we dropped. I'm creating the student table with the student name, course, and marks. Execute. The table created successfully. Let's refresh and check it. Okay, the table is present now. Now to insert the data, we have the command insert into, insert into followed by the table name, and then we specify the column names for which we want to add the value. And then the keyword values, and then within parentheses we specify the values. The values and the column names should be always equal. Let's insert some data into the table student. Madhur and rdbms are in single quotes because these are the varchar, and 80 is the marks which are integers. Let's insert. Execute. One row affected. So the data got inserted successfully. Now to view this data, we'll fire a DQL command, which is the data query language. Select query. We will be firing the select query to fetch the data from the student table. Syntax for the select query is select keyword and followed by the column names, and from keyword, and then the table name. Now let's fire this. The column names are these three, from, student. Okay, let's fire this, execute. Okay, now if you see, we get the table result with us, Madhur, rdbms, and 80. I can also I can also specify star over here, which by default means that all the columns. Select star from student, and this gives me all the columns and all the records. So right now there is only one record inserted, so only one result. Let's insert some more data. I quickly created 4 new records. I'll insert these into the table student. Execute. The data got inserted. Let me fire the select query once again. Now I get the result for all the 5 records. Fetch some filtered result from a table. We can specify some filters on the select query. Specify a filter. We have a where condition in which you can specify the filter on any of the columns. Let's specify a filter on the column course. Let's get all the students where the course is rdbms. Okay, so we should only get Madhur and Madhur 2. Select, execute, yeah, and we get these two records only. Let me fire this once again. This is just filtering the result for our retrieval. It does not change anything on the data or anything within the table. This is just for retrieval, just to read the data. To update the table or to change the data on the table, we have an update query which has the syntax update table name, set column value which you want to change, column name is equal to something, and the condition on the basis of which you want to change. Where condition, let's change the marks of Madhur 1 from 70 to 75. So we will write the query as update student set marks equal to. Okay, so I have written the query update student set marks is equal to 75 where student name is equal to Madhur 1. Execute, one row affected. Let's fire select star from students. Okay, the update have been done. Madhur 1 marks is equal to 75 now. If no where condition is specified, then for all the records, the marks will get updated to 75. This was the update query. We can add more columns over here for which we want to change the values and also add more conditions over here if we want to. Now let's look how we can remove some data from the table. To remove the data, we have delete query. Syntax for the delete query is delete from table name where condition. Again over here, if where condition is not specified, then the whole data from the table will be deleted. Let's delete the records where the course is big data. So this last record should get deleted. Let's execute this. Okay, one row affected. Let's fire the query select star from students. Okay, the data got deleted. Now there are only 4 records. We have another command which helps us to remove the data from the table, which is the truncate table command. Truncate table followed by the table name. This command accepts no condition. It just removes the complete data from a table. It is very similar to the delete from student command. Truncate table student. Both will do the same function. Both will remove the complete data from the table student. There is a small difference between the two commands. I will cover that difference sometime later on. For now, you can use either of the commands to delete the data from the table. Just that the truncate table command will be a bit fast than the delete command. Let's truncate the table student. I'll execute this query and this will truncate the data. Data got truncated. Let's fire the query select star from students again. Okay, we get an empty table over here. I hope with this the basic data manipulation query should be clear. How to insert, update, delete, and even truncate the data. And last but not the least, you should be able to write some simple select queries as well. And that's the end of this tutorial. I hope it was useful for you. Please like and subscribe the channel. It motivates us to bring more such content for you. I will be coming up with more SQL tutorials. Stay tuned. For any suggestions, questions, or explicit topics to be covered, you can drop a comment in the comment box below. See you next time.